Live from somewhere at the Jersey Shore, it is Schmuel Buckman and Dave Sarra. What's up, Dave?
Hello. How's it going, big guy?
Same shit, different day, just fucking cold. It's like 14 degrees here.
Yeah, it's 50 here.
It's terrible. Just terrible.
It's high 50s.
I was looking at the weather for a place down in Florida, and when I looked at it, it said severe cold alert. It's going to get down to 38 or 40 degrees. I'm like,
oh, how do they survive?
but that's near Pensacola. It's like, it's not really that big of a deal, you know? I mean,
Is there a Yuck Yucks there?
oh, what?
Yuck Yucks?
Oh, Yuck Yucks Comedy Club?
Yeah.
No, I don't know about Pensacola, but actually, do you remember when Chad went to Fort Walton last summer? When he said he was buying the gun and stuff? It's right near there. There's a big military base there, and I was stationed there at one time. So, and friends of mine stayed there and moved back.
No, it's not Bragg. That's not Fort Bragg?
No, Fort Bragg, I think, is in North or South Carolina. That's where the Army guys go. And luckily I wasn't in that. So that was my deal. So what's been cooking? You've been keeping up with Dabbleverse doings?
Oh yeah, of course. By the way, thank you to everybody who got me monetized. So yeah, channel's now monetized. We're good. Thank you, everybody. To all the MLC fans.
And thank you for doing this now that you're monetized. You have no need for me anymore.
Yeah, first only a couple more shows.
First it was MLC. And then, you know, now you're monetized.
And I never needed the show ever.
This show? No, you never needed it.
No.
But I didn't hurt. I mean, I don't know. Did you lose followers because of me?
Maybe. Actually, let's find out. By the way, I'm sending Gino the link.
Oh, wow. I was going to send Ray the link.
Send the link, baby. Should be fun.
Is Gino still on the air?
I mean, he was on MLC today and kind of owned MLC? Kevin a little bit. Yeah.
That's wild. I had no idea.
Yeah, kind of owned Kevin a little bit. A little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You don't have any clips of it, do you?
No, but let's see if there's any that are up. So AC, huh? I'm thinking about getting my tickets soon.
Cool. Mrs. Buckman is 100% in with me on AC, but that's because she likes the Borgata. But she's about 90% in on Vegas. So we'll see. She just she's not a gambler, you know, and she's not really a big fan. Oh, there you go.
But I mean, definitely not a Gino.
No, she was so pissed off. So the funny thing about her, hold on a second. I just want to put that up. All right. Sorry. I got the Doom clip, but it's 15 minutes long. So poor Mrs. B went with me to Pottstown, which was a complete disaster. That was the Schmuel show. The one where there was like an hour and a half wait because there was audio issues. And we were scammed a little bit because there were probably 200 people in the audience. And about 150 were there to see Perry Caravello, which we had no idea. So it was like an hour and a half wait. Then they had to sit through all those people had to sit through stand-up comedy. There were, drunks in the audience. There was like zero security at this place. It was soldiers, zero security. These guys would not shut the fuck up the entire show. And it wasn't like two chicks sitting there talking, you know? These guys were loud, they were drunk, and it was like you couldn't hear anybody speaking. And then, you know, finally they were there for Perry. I mean, that was the deal. So when Perry came on, that's when you could hear stuff. And, you know, I'm not the biggest Perry Caravello fan in the world. It was like, you know, I saw Windy City Heat just before I went, so it was fun to see him. But, you know, it wasn't great. And whoever he had, they had some guy who works with Perry who did like a 15-minute set that was torture sitting through. Maybe Tom or something. I don't know what the guy's name was.
Jim?
No, the dude had long hair. He was like a surfer dude, right?
Huh.
And so he's got an audience of all of these Perry fans, all of the Schmuel Dabbleverse fans. Kumia did a set, and this guy went on for 15 minutes about his baby and his wife, and it was awful. It was awful.
Yeah. Yep. They also blamed Ray for that too. Yep.
They actually didn't blame Ray for that, but Ray he was supposed to do like 10, you know, Ray always runs the light, right? So Ray comes out and he starts his bit, he's doing it, and then all of a sudden, like just a few minutes in, he quits. Schmuel, where's Schmuel? And he was standing on the stage. It reminded me of being an open micer and wishing that the host would come back up. Like he looked terrified. Now, I tend to attribute a lot of things to stage fright. Maybe that's because that's me. But I gotta say, Ray looked like he had stage fright. But Ray was also like, I wasn't gonna do my good stuff for these people. You've got an audience of 200 people, right? None of them know who you are, or very few of them know who you are. Here's your opportunity. You're a road comic. Here's your opportunity to win people over. But you intentionally shit on your set. I find it hard to believe.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing like Chad. Like Chad, the reason he didn't do his jokes is because they're like, oh, they're all going to be filming it. Oh, okay, Chad. Like, what do you expect?
Right. Ray did have his download cards, though. You know?
Yeah, at least they're his jokes. Yep.
And they had a meet and greet afterwards. Like the whole thing got all fucked up because of their audio issues. And
yeah, obviously.
It was poorly handled, to say the least, because they didn't come out at any time. Like they tried to start, they couldn't start. Then they just walked off the stage, and I don't know if it was an hour and a half, but boy, it sure felt like an hour and a half. And nobody came out during that time and went, guys, we're working on it. We're going to have it settled soon. Nothing. You just had like the audience. Thank God it was Perry Caravello fans, which are mostly young beta males and their girls. Because otherwise it would have been like fucking beer bottles and cans and shit like that thrown at the stage. It was the second time I saw Kumia do a set. And he got really, like, he improved so much. Like, from the first time I saw him do a set, I was like, I love Anthony, and Anthony's one of the funniest guys in the world. But his set was okay. By the time I saw him in Pottstown, he had, like I said, second time around, he'd really come in his own as a stand-up. He was really good. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, like, usually if you're not a stand-up and you want to try it, and if you're good at radio or whatever,
right,
like, you kind of understand what it takes to be a good stand-up after a couple times. So I think that, like, it just takes a few times for you to try. And like him especially, I think he figured out quick that's like, it's a lot harder than it looks, basically.
It is a lot harder. And Kumia had always said during all the years that I listened to him was like, no, I'm not a stand-up. No, I'm never doing that. And then I got to see. So anyway, so I took her to Pottstown. I took her to AC. And And then I took her to see Aaron Berg at Uncle Vinny's, and she got her love of comedy back. Berg was great. He's so good. And Berg said that he had actually worked with Anthony prior to his leaving Compound on doing stand up. So it's really it was a lot of fun. And so now she's back. So, but in any event, I think I'm probably screwing up the date. So we go to Pottstown. We saw Berg, a few other comics. She went to see Rich Voss by herself with a girlfriend at Uncle Vinny's because I wasn't around. And she said Voss was hitting on her, but what do I know? And then she came to AC, and when we walked out, the line she said to me when we walked out of Pottstown was, you owe me big. And then when we came out of AC, she was like, you're never taking me to another comedy show again. So it was bad. But we've talked about that a million times.
Yeah, and here's AC.
Yeah, but the deal is, we spent a lot of money to go to AC last year because we had rooms at the Borgata Sunday and Monday. We were originally going to AC anyway for the Super Bowl and the day after. And because of the Gino show, not really Chad, but Gino, because of the Gino show, I've been really giving him a hard time and just generally shitting on him. Not that anybody heard me, but I was like, look, I want to go. We'll go see Gino. It cost us about, I don't know, $230 maybe for the hotel room for Saturday night. And I wound up having to stay in like a Holiday Inn Express. And she was a wee bit unhappy with it. And I said she doesn't like gambling earlier. That's why she doesn't like Vegas, but she doesn't like spending money. And she was like, the least they should do is give you a refund for the show. So, and the show itself sucked. The food sucked. Yep. It was everything about it was, and we paid, and we were like the only people that paid.
I know, exactly. Yep. Yeah.
And I don't begrudge anybody getting in free to a show, but you know, when you got 80 people in a room and 15 paid and the comics don't care. So that was the deal. Is Joey shitting on you again?
I don't care if he's shitting on me, but the fact that he's trying to shit on Doom is yeah, I don't know. Exactly. Yes, Rochi owns
Is that something I missed, or that Rochi owned Catalano? Oh, this is when your co-host starts talking on the phone and then you're wondering what's going on. So I don't know, Doom. He's kind of a guy now. I don't know that he's much of a clipper these days. Giving up the clipping thing.
Oh, guys. I use clipping to my benefit to get subscribers. So
yeah, I know those Larry David clips are amazing.
Well, I'm afraid of Fearless too, so I don't know.
Joseph. All right. So I only know the names of these people. I don't really know a lot of the chatters. I mean, I know some, but I don't know others. All right. So switching gears. Did you shit on Teamster Tim tonight?
No.
Did you shit on KB? Not KB Brennan, KB the lady.
Not shit on her, but I joked around a little bit. Yeah. Why?
Well, earlier this evening, right at your cameras out, I got a text from one Ray DeVito. And I will preface that by saying there was apparently an Twitter post by Dave Sarra that said Ray didn't read his super chat, that he was afraid of him. I don't remember which your exact words were, but right after Mr. DeVito went off the air, I got a text. Tell your boy Dave Sarra, I don't see his super chats because one of my moderators must have blocked him. Considering my moderators are laid back and cool, he must have said something weird to piss off beloved chatter, KB, or Teamster Tim.
No, so I wouldn't have been able to super chat if I was blocked like before. My super chat was Ray DeVito, open micer, next question. And it went through. So
right.
I don't think it's anybody else's fault but Ray's.
If you were blocked, you wouldn't have been able to spend your money.
Yeah, exactly. Would not have been able to.
Right. Yeah. And I text them back to say not to get me in the middle of it.
Yeah, I told him too. I was like, I told Ray, I'm like, bro, it's better for me to talk shit to you. I'm sorry. It doesn't mean I hate you or dislike you. At this point, it's just better for me to talk shit. And that's it. Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm like, why am I getting this text? Like, why am I the messenger to Dave?
Because we're homies.
Was I going to do anything with it, though?
No. I mean, he doesn't know that, though. He thinks maybe you'll be like, just leave Ray alone a little bit. It'll be fine. Just leave Ray alone a little bit.
Because,
by the way, the offer still stands. If he wants to stay with me, no problem.
And we all know the one thing in the internet that's an axiom of truth is the best way to get somebody to stop shitting on you is to tell them to please stop shitting on you.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Oh, yeah, for sure. Joey C has fake followers, for sure.
I always wondered, this is the question that I've wondered.
I mean, so does Eckle Pineapple, probably.
I don't think Eckle does. I mean, Eckle's a popular guy, and he's worked really hard at his show, so I would not put the two of them in the same category. Although, admittedly, I really like Eckle and I really like Rochi and I really like their show, but even sometimes I have to tap out on the Joey C stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
It's not interesting to me. Sorry.
It's very... Yeah, it can be very repetitive.
Hey, Catalano, you should be lucky. You should be happy that KB thinks you and Chad should do a show. That's the best thing going for you. I think both of you are garbage, so...
I just expect that since Joey and Chad are now friends, like shoplifting crime in Tampa is going to go through the roof. Could you imagine those two as a team?
It's the craziest thing.
All right, you go to the desk and I'll walk out with the stuff. So, and but what would you think of a Chad Joey C show?
I mean, it'll make money. So
a live show or a
yeah, live show. It'll make money. So if that's the point, then it'll be successful.
So that what would we call that? I mean, all Criminal Con 2025.
Criminal cucks.
The cunts of crime. That'd be pretty funny. Did you see the picture of the two of them holding hands, shaking hands, I should say? And
bro, that whole show yesterday with Granny and Lemmy, like, bro.
Hey, you know, it goes to prove though, like if you get a couple of people that are willing to pay you, right? You can make on a single stream, you can make a lot of, you could make a lot of money. And I will say, Chad did pay. He gave cash to Joey for sure. He said he was going to split the chats with him, and he did.
Good.
So, yeah, this is Fake lawsuits, fake subs, fake Italian.
Yeah.
What's the rap on Joey C that he somehow doesn't like his Puerto Rican heritage, so he claims to be Italian? Is that what the
He's a
deal is?
fucking Mexican, bro.
Oh, he's Mexican. And nothing wrong with that. I don't know what that means. He got paid $4.15 each. So that's not bad. But again, it's like Melton. I think Melton said something. It's not a business plan, right? It's not a model to grow your business. You can only pull one of those off in a while. How much do you believe? How much do you? Absolutely, absolutely nothing, Tuna Town. That's why we don't understand why he's hiding it. Why would you just come out and say who you are?
The only thing is that instead of pronouncing it velour, he pronounces it bolor.
Bolor? Exactly.
Yeah, Bechica instead of Begrande.
Right. It's like Chico Escuela, very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hitting the B's on those V's. You know. and I've seen that velour suit. I think we've all seen it. Maybe a little too much, getting a little worn. But I gotta say, if he did wear, I didn't see most of the stream, but if he did wear that velour suit on Saturday, congratulations, because based on the picture that I saw him and Chad, he has packed it on since DabbleCon 2.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my God, whoop. Dude. Hey, by the way, go follow Mr. Blue Sky on SoundCloud.
All right. Yeah. Mr. Blue Sky, if you have a link to that, put it in the chat.
Yeah. You might have to give it to me and I'll put it in chat.
Right. I will put it up for the 13 followers. Speaking of that, I had to laugh at the Chad with there's 1,400 people watching us live right now. 1376 on Twitter.
Right. Yeah. So he doesn't know that's views, right? So it's okay.
No, he does know. He does know. I don't, I don't believe that a guy who does as much streaming as he doesn't know that. And I guess I was right. You did have to buy a larger one. Where do they even sell those? Right? I mean, I can't imagine he's getting stuff on Amazon unless somebody's sending it. They really are just winning. They can do it like I do. I don't think so. I don't think so. Dan. Hi, Dan.
Yeah. Does he get him from Dan?
What was the name? Pops. He's got Pops out in the yard selling it to him. It's like opening a suitcase. Hey, Joe, you need a new suit?
Yeah. Fucking. Is it made out of Gore-Tex, dude?
It's definitely stretchy material. Do you remember Lady Di from Opie and Anthony? And she was wearing pants, she was wearing a pair of pants one day in the studio, and Opie asked about the pants, and she said they're stretch pants. And Anthony's line of every pair of pants on you is stretch pants. God, did I fuck that up?
Yeah. Lady Di, she definitely died from alcoholism, but
no, she's still alive.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she is. She's living in a home in Jersey.
I thought she died from Alzheimer's.
No, unless if she died very recently. Yeah, but she's been living in a home in Jersey.
Okay.
They had to finally put her in there, and her son has given some updates, and the last update was she's mentally just gone, and apparently she was in the Navy, which I never knew, and she thinks she's still in the Navy.
Wow.
you know, God bless her. I mean, better to do that. Dave, Sarra. Oh, how much coke have you done tonight? I think the answer is always not enough. Right? There's never enough. I don't know, but you know, you're accusing Dave of that, and he has a very, very strong nose. So I think it's all an act. So I'm going to guess that neither Gino nor Ray are going to take our offer of a link. Dave's going to take off. There we go. And obviously, this is not a show. We know it's not a show. That's why we do it. And while Dave is there, I'm going to just share my screen here a little bit. And let's look at everybody's favorite clipper, the number one clipper in the Dabbleverse, Doom.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! My story has never changed. Pat Dixon was whacked out on Adderall. You can see.
Well, we don't know that, but we do know Gilly
I don't think
reached
you
out to
do,
you.
because you defend that piece of shit, and then he came on my show when I.
We're going to pause that for a second, and we're going to do a little quick setting thing here. So my buddy, perfect.
I wasn't there because Bob Levy, I don't know what's going on with that senile Turkish tooth fuck.
Jesus.
But he's another one that lost his fucking way. Sucked your dick till he fucking got lost. Fucking, I can't be bothered. But he went on my show and he acted bizarre. And I said, when she reached out to me, I'm like, yeah, come on for your birthday. And then that whacked out piece of shit fuck walked all the way from fucking wherever he lived, fucking saw me in that bar and hit me in the jaw when I went to hug him. As hard, and I don't know what's going on with Stevie Lou. Keep talking to that psycho fucking loser. But I can't.
That's Stevie Lou. He iced you down.
Are you kids able to hear that stream? It's playing over the wrong speaker in my place.
Man, like Gus.
I can't. I just, anything politics, I just try to stay away from. But we love you, Daytwa. We love you. What did he do? Anything exciting?
Tomato.
What?
He iced you down that day.
No. He fucking handed me ice. But let me tell you something. He wasn't there
When you're mad that he didn't officially ice you down.
Be involved in anything because he has less fucking talent than fucking Ray DeVito and Ray
Yeah,
DeVito.
but he got you iced. That doesn't count for anything.
Okay. Yes, I owe him my life. I'm going to tell you this.
I'm
right
more
now.
interested in this
Pat
Bob
Dixon
Levy
walked
Gino
in.
fight.
What's that, Kev?
I'm more
sorry.
interested in the Bob Levy Gino.
All right, I missed it. Who iced Gino down? Wow. Daytwa, I want to get to that. Well, let's do this because Gino is one of my favorite people to pick on.
Thing that's brewing.
What? There's nothing brewing with Bob Levy. I've been.
Okay,
I had Bob
Stevie.
Levy host my show, and Bob Levy put that dipshit on the desk, and he bumped one of my normal guests. And I gave Bob Levy credit because that day he's like, "I'm bringing Kevin Brennan," and I'm like, I don't know. Think you should bring in Kevin Brennan. And you showed up on the couch, and while you were killing on my show, I texted Bob Levy. You can ask him; he won't remember. He's senile. And I said, I can admit when I'm wrong. You were great that day. But remember Pat Dixon sitting at the desk reading the paper like a fucking psycho? We have video of, and this was for me and Keanu. We've been fucking dating. We were hooking up off and on. But when she's like, when Bob's like, Gino's been fucking Keanu, he's like so angry because he's an insecure psycho. Do you understand?
I've seen that clip about, I don't know, a dozen times at least. And Gino was being Gino. Chrissy and Pat were going at it comedy wise, and we're having fun. And Gino was like, me. I gotta get in here. Asshole.
Who's insecure about
Pat
it?
Dixon has hit
Oh.
3 different women, and you can say 4.
Wait. Pat
He's
Dixon
a
was
piece
mad.
of shit, and you gave him money. That's on your soul, Kevin. That's on your soul. On your
Yeah, but
soul.
like,
Chad loves those drops, huh?
gave everybody money.
Never gave me a penny, and I don't want a penny of your filthy, fucking, tainted fucking money.
Tainted love. Hey, Stevie Lou just.
Sometimes I feel I've got
Stevie just called me. Stevie, I can't take your call because I got to
That
keep
was
my.
calling me so I can hang up on him.
No, Stevie, I got to keep my finger on the take out Gino button. So I'm not taking any calls. I'm
Why?
not.
Why? Why do you have to take? What? have I ever done?
Because why not? I don't trust anybody.
No, well,
Chad kicked me in the back today. Did you see what
because
Chad
you hang
did?
out with pieces of shit, and I've always been nothing but some of your best fucking content ever was on the Water football shows, and you know it. And you know it.
I said that was the greatest day of my life.
Yeah, it was so much fun. We loved you. We love and yet you got pissed off about fucking not me giving out your number, about you fucking losing your mind on me, and I gave out both of our numbers. And you acted like it was some grand scheme because look, Kev, I love you.
Gino, everybody had your number. You already given out your number many times already.
That's the day I gave it out. And I want to call you a bitch right now, but out of respect, I think
I had Gino's number. Everybody had Gino's number because Gino used to give it out in hot water all the time. All the time. It's like desperate for phone calls.
we're making progress. I'll say angel cakes.
No, you're mad at him.
I don't. Why am I mad at leaving?
I don't know. You just said he's a senile old nothing.
Yeah. You said he's a piece of shit.
Because he came on my show ages ago and said, fucking that fat guy, when you guys had a comedy club, was like, yeah, you shit on my comedy club. I'm like, that was a fake account. And he said, no, it was you. I don't want to talk to Levy. Look, I'm just coming on because you asked me to. It's good to talk to you. Glad we straightened everything out, buddy.
MLK Day.
Yeah.
MLK Day.
It's the best way to spend MLK Day is with Gino. Just for the record, I agree with everything you say about Ray.
I said it 4 years ago when fucking Kevin was defending him. When Kevin let Ray on the show, who cried like a cunt, Gino gave out my number. And you're like, yeah, he's a piece of shit. I forgive you, Kevin. You're a fucking 60-something-year-old fucking senile fuck. But you need to get your shit together and fucking stay loyal to the people that have always been good to you. And then you turn on them because you're fucking lazy. Because you're fucking nothing but, oh, how can I make the most super chats? Take your fucking money, red face, but let the record show this sticks to your soul, Kevin. And I'm glad that
I have no soul.
glad that you gave money to Pat Dixon so he could call your wife an ape. He called your wife an ape.
Allegedly.
I never would monkey around with fucking describing your wife like that.
That's what Mark.
Bananas to say that about your wife.
That's a Brian McCarthy joke. You stole it.
All right, thanks for worrying about me. Do we have anything else to cover? I saw
Yeah.
the lanyards. You admitted you were wrong. You apologized for your idiocy. You refused to tell me how much you paid a man that beats fucking women. Beats women.
Allegedly.
Nope, he beats women.
I'm
Watch
pretty
this,
sure
here's
he
the video.
does.
Pat Dixon has hit 3 different.
I think he's
Keep
right.
doing it. Keep doing it, bitch. That's what you've become. Take me off. You're afraid of YouTube.
No, I'm afraid of YouTube.
You have raised your kids in this world, and you're fucking backing up this controlling of free speech. Keep it up, you red-faced bitch. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up, Kev. Take me down, and make sure when you type kill, you type K.LL and ST*BBED. Keep fucking taking the money that fucking control free speech, because your kids have to grow up here.
Here we go with another Gino free speech moment.
Your kids do. You fucking sellout coward.
Oh no.
What
Fuck.
are you yelling about? What are you yelling about? You called Kevin senile? You called Chad, do something about it. Listen to me. Stop. Tell your
Listen to
mother-in-law to stop looking like me, okay? If I had her pussy, it would be moist, not dry.
Oh yeah, let's get Michaeline on now.
Get her on here now. I want to take it on with her. Where did
Oh,
he
we
go?
break the internet if
Where'd
Michaeline is
that
on.
$50 middle run to?
Did Gino jump off or was he thrown off?
Come on, you open micer.
Did Gino run off?
Yeah, he ran off.
He ran off the chicken shit motherfucker. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Tell the old broad to take me on a vacation.
I thought he said he didn't have a beef with you. So why did he run off?
There is no beef. He wants to make one because he's on Rumble now. Nobody knows where he is. All of a sudden, he's mad at me now.
Gino, come
Oddly, Gino's numbers on Rumble probably matched the numbers he had on YouTube.
back.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a beef with you.
There is no beef.
No, he's talking about because you had Pat Dixon on his show, and he's
I
mad
had
about
Pat
that or something.
He said you're a piece of shit too.
Yeah, he said you're like older than Biden or something. I don't know.
Older than Biden. Jesus fucking Christ. The fucking nobody even knows who he is anymore. He's so sad now. Look at him. You know, he has to go on a honeymoon with his fucking wife and her mother. How fucking pathetic is that? I'm just saying.
It's me and Bob. We do
Gino, what's your take on the Aarons, Aaron Berg and Aaron Imholt?
Yeah.
I was right about that as well. I said months ago, I'm like, in a couple months, Aaron will be way further down the line than the idiots that are fucking the Ricadas and April Imholt. And he's on his way back. He knows he fucked up, and he's fucking paying the piper. Aaron Berg's great. I saw him at the Gotham Christmas party.
And he didn't take a swing at you?
No.
Did he lift me up against the wall?
Actually, I was talking to him on the phone yesterday. But watch this. Do your Dabbleverse thing. You know what's with me? And then Joe Exotic filmed it. And then fucking Husey was talking about it. Gay. Kevin, you don't talk to your wife.
I don't support Husey.
My favorite part about Gino and the Dabbleverse and his hate for the Dabbleverse is the only viewers he ever gets are when he shits on the Dabbleverse.
That's Bob's boy.
What do you think about Aaron tasting some other man's semen?
No, we don't do that show here, Bob. That's Carl's show.
I had 10 minutes on it.
Yeah, that's Carl's show.
Bob, we'll talk about it offline.
Yeah,
That's Melton's show.
We don't talk about stuff that might have happened. It's like Gino. But I will ask you this while we're on the topic. Did you think? Couldn't you just when he sent you the picture of Nick Ricotta's old wife? Couldn't you just like not react it? Because you kind of got him in trouble by going, yeah.
I did not. I'm gonna say this.
And when the St. Cloud police called up, how about you just don't answer next time?
Hey, Gino, your boy did pretty good, didn't he?
Kevin, and please stop.
I'm not spinning it. It's fun. It's fun.
Kevin, I lose respect.
It's already fun.
Kevin, I lose respect for you. You yell over me.
He has respect for me.
I lose respect for you every time you talk less like a comedian who fucking had HBO deals, who had a sitcom.
That was 30 years ago.
Just another one,
You better take me off, Kevin, because the truth is fucking stinging you, isn't it? When you talk like these.
I'm not better now than I was with HBO.
And the truth
I'm
is,
talking like Perry now.
yell over me all you want. It's your show. I won't. But when you let me talk, you'll realize you need to hear this. Okay. Now, Kevin, when you talk like these Dabbleverse losers, rather than a fucking comedian who walked away from it because he's so good and he's like, I'm sick of what's going on in the business. When you do that, you do yourself a huge disservice. But I'll say it again. He sent me that naked picture. I showed it to Keanu to prove my point. And the only reason fucking the St. Cloud Police Department kept calling me, and I don't lie for people who I owe nothing to, and I'm not going to lie to the police fucking men when they have me on fucking phone.
He didn't have to lie. He just didn't have to say anything. Right? You're under no obligation to talk to people. You just don't say anything. I don't want to get involved. Easy.
Oh, and by the way,
Police
I'm
fucking
never
men.
going out to whatever the fuck it is. So again, it goes nowhere. But Kevin, if you want to humiliate yourself some more, be like, oh my God, it's revenge porn. Suck my dick. Sit down, Chad. Suck my dick, Kevin, because you're stupid. You're acting stupid. Now just talk like a man and say, how gay was it when he sent you that naked picture and everyone in the Dabbleverse who are so beneath me, even though they're not the way you talk, acted like it meant anything. Now go. Give it a shot. You
First
can
of
do
all,
this,
it's not
man.
revenge
We can do
porn.
this, man. Don't fuck it up.
He's got
Right,
felony
face,
charges
right there.
now.
Go, Kev.
It's not revenge porn. He said a
It's
picture.
not. It never was.
That's what I said.
Nick Ricada trying to discredit fucking Aaron as a witness, and it went nowhere. And you think what's going on in the world with the FBI, with fucking Dr. Fauci, who fucking...
Hey, is he doing the comedy class to us right now? Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, is this the class?
Kevin, I love that you get the game, Kevin. I love that you get
I'm
the game.
taking
You
notes.
understand? Stop playing.
Hey, I
your
can
game,
censor
Kevin.
Gino.
You're better than this.
I can censor Gino if he gets out of control.
Hopefully that's the machine he's hooked up.
Chad loves his ability to do drops, right? Like it's over the top. It's like a little kid, you know. I can't hear you, Dave, if you're talking. You're muted.
Yeah, it's like Chad has the now that he got his little roadcaster too, he's like I'm a serious podcaster now. Now I got
like the
drops.
little
I can
kid-
censor you. I can censor you. Hey, hold on. 1, 2, 3, say the N-word now.
It's like the little kid, you know, when the little kid gets the toy that makes a lot of noise
Yeah.
and keeps coming up to you. Oh, it does this sound. Oh, it does that sound.
Yeah,
Go
I love
to.
Lucy.
What the you
Go with
mother?
that.
I'm
Just
gonna
do a
jump
bunch of
off.
beeps. And another thing, you. It's good. I love this.
So you really spoke to Aaron Burr.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
not.
Oh, because
No,
he
because
did.
he was
I don't
mad
remember you in
about- he was-
2018,
He was
Jay
mad about
Paul.
the In Hot Water catalog that you were selling. it.
Yeah, you're trying to make money
He
off
called
of it.
me. Yeah, and you know what he did? He called me, and I said, "Oh, I get it."
Hang on a second. I got something weird here going on. This
Yeah,
is
there's
playing
a-
over my computer speaker and not
a
in
little,
my headset.
There's a little echo. Yeah, it's not terrible, but yeah.
I don't know why it's doing. It's my settings are correct on the old StreamYard.
It's not
And-
terrible. So it's okay.
Well, let's try this one.
So it's livable.
Oh, that's weird. It's a bitch being a boomer.
Yeah, and I took it down to meeting. I'm like, "Oh, I get what you're saying. You're right."
Better.
And I took it down.
Well, you took it down because you weren't making any money.
I took it down because
You're making Rob Saul money.
Well, Rob Saul's probably making more money
Then who?
than Gino.
No. Nope.
You don't think so?
No. I mean, Gino we know is making at least was that $1,100, $1,500 a month from Patreon? There's no way Rob's making anywhere near that.
Oh, Gino. I didn't know Gino had a Patreon.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right. Well, I'm not the what do you call it? I don't
Yeah,
know
we know.
everything. I don't know everything about Gino.
Yeah, we know. I've been texting Gino lately too.
I know we sent him a link, but Coward didn't come on.
I did send the link. I told him, I said to Gino, I said, I thought people liked him now that I'm so out of the loop. Why does anyone so we're talking about Gino about Ray. He goes, why does anybody talk to him? He's an absolute nobody. Oh, actually, no, he's talking about you. So he's talking about you
Right.
now. He goes, why does anybody talk to him? He's an absolute nobody that thinks Ray is funny, and I don't even think he thinks Ray's. I don't even think he thinks that Ray is just dumb enough to put him on. Whatever, something like that.
Right, I get
Anyway.
it. I get it. All right, Gino. We get about the same amount of viewers, so
Ooh,
Okay,
whoa,
that makes you
whoa.
happy, Kev, yeah. So if
Do
you'd
ya,
rather fucking play see how you're broken, Kevin?
I am
Because
broken.
Yes, you are. Because my old friend Kevin, you would be like, "Yeah, that was nice of you. That's what men do." But you're like, "Oh, you were making money. That's why you took it down." Kevin, I'm being
you know what men don't do? Men don't make sure that a guy that punched them gets prosecuted. That's what men don't do.
honest with you. I've never lied to you. I'm sorry that that's difficult for you because you've lived in this
Chill.
shit so long you don't even realize. And hopefully, I'm breaking you that you're like, "Wow, I really do just yield and talk like a fucking 8th grade cunt all the time." And hopefully, you'll wake up to that. What is that? It's cute.
Fix
What is
that.
that?
It's your
Exactly.
teaching, your
That's
comedy.
me tonight. I've worked for them for 10 years, not teaching a
Do
comedy.
they know you work there?
They're not sure, but
You got like a, you get a 401k from them?
no one gets a 401k from a job. They fucking have their 401k.
Oh.
Well, yeah, obviously Gino's never had a job.
Did you spell 1099 wrong?
Haven't got that part out. We'll go back.
Okay, Gino.
You stupid mother! I thought you were beeping. I thought you fucking.
You know what? Pause it for a second.
I think
that
that
really works.
I think the echo should be gone now.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that interaction?
What's that?
Gino said something that just proved that he's never had a job, and then Chad responded as if someone also who has never had a job. He's like, yeah, Gino's right. That's right. No, he's not right. Oh God.
No, he's not right. He's not right. But in Gino's defense, he used to talk about teaching that class back when he was on In Hot Water. Back, I think it was like LOL or Broadway Comedy Club when one of them was open, and Gino used to go give lectures about comedy. But
I mean, if you're getting paid for it, like, I'm not gonna talk shit. It's obviously super lame to do that. But if you're getting paid to do it, whatever. The thing is that, like, Gino hasn't done that. I mean, I don't know how much money that has made Gino, but it's probably not enough for it to be up there for the ridicule. Do you know what I mean?
right,
He hasn't made enough money to be ridiculed for the amount of money that he's made. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
just take it down, Gino. Just take it down. Nobody
take it
cares.
down. And the other thing
Nobody's
is
trying
he
to
doesn't-
get comedy lessons from you.
but he can't get he can't get gigs, right? He's not getting any gigs in New York. I mean,
Yeah.
essentially, he's driving Keanu. That's his job now, from fire hall to fire hall.
Yeah, which he did.
I'm saving your channel.
Bob, you got any questions for
He's not
Gino?
wrong.
So why did you go on your honeymoon with your mother-in-law? Just
Yeah, that was weird, dude.
Just a Christmas gift. It seemed like a fun thing to do.
Has she ever
Why?
seen your hog?
What's that?
Has she ever seen your hog?
No.
No, truthfully, you know,
Yeah, yeah. Were you guys sharing a room, or you had your own room?
or sharing a
Gino
cock.
can't be funny.
We didn't
It
have
can't
to
be
share
funny.
a room, but come on. Bam.
He's like
truthfully.
he's too like nervous. His defenses are up too much because, like,
Because
I
he's
mean,
got to
look.
throw his mother-in-law a good one every month or so she keeps taking him on vacation. Is that what this is all about?
look, when it comes to comics, I understand why it's rude to talk about other comics' money is because everybody's their own entity, right?
Right.
So it's like it's almost like taking food off of somebody else's table when you're talking about their money, talking about their gig sucking, all that stuff. So I get it. Like it's not fun when you're on the other end of it. One thing personally I don't like that KB does, like, especially to Ray DeVito, is like, yeah, like I don't like the fact that KB goes after Ray's gigs. I mean, he went after Hackmania, saying if you ever do Hackmania, blah blah, I won't pay. Like, I don't like. Let the guy have his own fucking gigs. Don't go after. I know you don't like the gig that he's doing, but, like, come on, let's not go after people's gigs. That's all I gotta say.
It's a gig, and you know Ray is what Ray is, right? I mean, that's
Hey,
what.
by the way, same thing with Stuttering John. Same thing with Chad.
Right. That's
Don't
what
go
he's
after the
gonna.
gigs.
That's what he's gonna do. But Gino's been going after Ray and Pat Dixon and other people forever. So this is like he's on the receiving end of what he's been giving out for 4 years. I mean, I can't feel sorry for him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna feel sorry for him either because I've told Ray after I've seen Gino or Chad go after him. My first message to him was like, all right, let's make a video about you going after them. Right? That's what we're gonna do, right?
Right. Right.
No, hold on, Ray. We're gonna make a video about going after them, right? Nah, I don't really want to do it. All right. Okay.
Yeah. I've been
Sorry.
trying to.
Get 12 viewers then.
Right. I've been saying that to Ray forever. Right. Like what's happening is he's letting KB and Gino and these guys define him and who he is by not fighting back.
It's not just not fighting back. It's not fighting back and like still doing the same thing over and over again. If you want to go on your show and not talk Dabbleverse, okay, go on your show and not talk Dabbleverse. And then go on MLC and do whatever the fuck. But again, don't be surprised when you have Earl Skakel's numbers.
Right.
It's gonna happen.
And my conversations with them have been of late, probably the last 6 or 8 months, is when Ray says, I'm not in the Dabbleverse. I don't want to talk about the Dabbleverse. My attitude is if you're going on Kevin's show, you're in the Dabbleverse. And you can't be half in and can't be half out. And you don't get to choose what other people want to talk about. Right? So either don't do Kevin's show and, to your point, get Earl Skakel numbers where Earl decided he just wasn't going to be involved in this at all, or commit to it. Let us see something. And Chad, Ray's not a bad comic. I mean, I've seen him perform, and none of the time, I've seen a couple of shows. People don't turn off to him. He's good. He does what he's fine. Right? He's fine. But he's not going to be on Conan or whatever the Kimmel or any of these shows, but you can't just say, oh, it's all good. I want everybody to make money. I don't want to be involved in this. But man, just being Kevin's punching bag just blows me away.
Yeah. Look, at this point, Ray, here's the thing. When you're 30, 35 or whatever, like when you're my age and you've been doing open mics for a few years, you hope that like a headliner takes you out on the road for $800 for the weekend. I mean, that's what you hope for. And then like, just like Sam Talent was asked to do the road with like Shane Gillis, like you build your audience to that. Or like, who's another good example of that? Colin Tyrrell and Luis J. Gomez. Like, when you're good, you get asked to do these shows. Okay. That's like the dream. But if you don't do it, that means you got to start putting in the work. You got to start calling the comedy clubs. You got to start saying, hey, do you need people for your shows? Are you paying? What if I did a show, if I came, whatever, like you got to start calling them. I mean, this guy, what's his name? Ryan, dude, like great comic. He's a one-liner. Ryan something. Dude, like during the pandemic, this guy fucking just called up places in Arizona, places in Nevada, places in Texas. Just be like, hey, you guys looking for shows? I want to come. Pay me, don't pay me, whatever. And he just started like doing the road himself.
I know, but can you do that if you've been doing this as long as Ray has been doing it?
Ray can do this more than anybody, but like he doesn't either. Obviously, he doesn't have a manager. So that means you got to do all the shit yourself. But like, it can be done. I'm telling you.
No,
like,
I realize it can be done, but I was just thinking, the economics of Ray is like, I always wonder, is he spending more in gas and tolls and hotel rooms than he's making performing?
Yes, but that's because he's not doing it the right way. The way you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to try and get 2 or 3 gigs 2 or 3 hours away, not just one gig. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that's where he's.
So it makes no sense to drive to like Lancaster, then Pittsburgh, then Buffalo.
It makes sense when you're an open micer because you're practicing.
Right.
But like he needs to be making money. Like, so the prime thing should be making money. So that means he needs to be calling clubs and saying, I'll try to sell tickets. Give me some money for some shows. You got to sit there and talk to them. That's it.
It's funny, man. I started talking to Ray a few years ago, and he was like, I would say to him, look, man, you got to make money. What are you going to do with the rest of your life? Like, you're going to retire? Like, where's the money going to come from? And his line was always, I'm going to be dead by 50. I'm going to be dead by 50. Now that he's 51,
we're waiting.
It's like, oh, I'm going to be dead. I'm not going to, I'll be dead by 58. And the reality is he's going to live. I mean, this is like, and you can't, and I've said it to him, you can't do what you're doing now.
Yes,
you just can't do that for that long.
The reality is that he's going to live. Yes, sir. That's correct. Yep.
And what's going to happen with, right? So KB, thank you. I've had that conversation. I'm sure that we're not the only people that have had that conversation with him. I'm also convinced that Ray has the same conversation with a lot of people, and he just makes a bunch of phone calls until he finally finds somebody who agrees with him right?
Yeah,
So
the problem is that like me, you, KB, like female KB, and even actual KB, like we actually like care for. We like Ray. We
right,
want him to succeed. We just get mad because we're trying to do the same shit that he's doing, and he's taking granted for his audience, and he's not doing the things he needs to do to create that audience. So that's why I get mad at him. I don't know about Schmuel. That's why I get mad at him, because it's like you have a responsibility here, and you're not taking care of it. And so I get mad when I see that, because I would kill for that audience.
yeah, I get mad at him, I think, for that. But the part of the bigger thing is like, when he calls me and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm cleaning up my yard." "Oh man, you have a yard. You're so lucky." No, I'm not lucky. Just work. That's the thing. And it's like, if you want to be being a comedian is a job,
Oh my God, bro.
right?
It's like Dave's what I've talked to Ray and VC, literally joking with him. He gets so snotty and angry. Like, so I don't know if you and I have talked in VC, but like, compare the difference. Like when you talk to some of these people and you can make the worst jokes about them. You can make fun of like some personal shit that they've told you. Me personally, with my brother or whatever, like those people, they've all called my brother retarded or whatever. Like, if I was Ray, that would hurt me. But the fact that first of all, you can't talk about his comedy. You can't talk about how much money he has or where he lives. Like when you're broke and you're famous, it sucks. So that's where he is right now. He's at a point where like people know him and he's got no money. And so that's fucked up.
It's the stuttering John syndrome, right? You're
Yeah,
a celebrity,
exactly.
but you're broke.
Exactly. Right? Yeah.
I'm going to run the rest of this clip. I have to close the window.
Gino,
No, what?
is it true you're going to move to South Carolina to be closer to Cumia?
Where'd you hear that?
My sources, TM Zumach.
God, Chad, stop doing that, please.
No, it's the hottest thing going.
Gio's moving to South Carolina.
Actually, you know what, Chad? You're right. I'm not. I apologize. You're right. Well, your sources are wrong.
No, but then,
They're
wouldn't
not
that be
wrong.
fun to live down there with Cumia?
I guess, but we.
I'm
wouldn't
going
live in
there.
They're
Cumia.
supposed to be like that, man.
I'll beat you there. I'll get your job.
No, but Gino, you live down there. You hang out with Cumia. Keanu's got family down there allegedly. I don't know.
Why are you obsessed? Why are you guys? I'm on Rumble
No
now.
one's obsessed. We're asking a fucking question.
No, you are obsessed. Fucking, it's all like I'm not even on
fucking girls
YouTube.
completely
I never
different.
even
A
tried
whole
to be in the
different
Dabbleverse.
situation.
You guys sucked me in.
What
You always
Dabbleverse are
talk
you
about the
talking about?
Dabbleverse. You're
Why
always
do you guys
talking about
care
it.
so much? Like, trust me, there's never a time where I'm like sitting there saying, like, I think Chad's doing this. I heard Kevin's doing. No one cares.
You heard that I was mad at you.
I did. That's what I heard because someone
You's
texted
heard.
me
Who's
because I
somebody?
gave out my number the same day I gave out Kevin's. Right,
I'm
Kevin?
just mad that the lady that's seen your hog is trying to look at like me. That's it.
Fucking,
What is-
she's not even
what is
trying. It's
Levy
just a
even
natural
saying?
match. I'm told.
God,
And she
I'll be-
thinks it's funny that people say she looks like Bob.
I don't know. What?
Tell
Yet?
her if I had her pussy, it would be wet.
Yeah, she gets a kick out of it. I'm told.
All right, good.
There you
Gino,
go.
646. I'll keep going.
I'll slam it.
Wait,
Five,
You got the-
six,
wait. Gino, ask Keanu if we can get Michaeline on the show one day. I mean, if we could get Bob and Michaeline on the show the same day, that might be good.
Hit the follow button. Hit the like.
Detroit, I don't think that's important to him.
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost like he's asexual,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Ray sexual. Yeah.
And the dude he's not a bad looking guy. And it's like, I've seen chicks get like, they want to talk to him. They want to communicate with him. They'll come up to him in a place, but it never works. It just, nothing ever comes out of it. And then he talks shit about them later.
Yeah. I mean, look. So yeah, Kay says Gino is so annoying. Like, to me, Gino's not that annoying, other than like today he had some good points against KB, but also it's like he's also like he's like pulling down the veil though, in the same sense. It's like we know KB does the yelling. It's like, yeah, we know too, Gino. That's not the point. The point is like play along or don't play along. Don't bring down the third wall just because you know what I mean, Schmuel?
I do. I just, the whole thing of where Gino keeps saying, I'm always right. I'm always right. Gino is always right. It gets tiring after a while, and nobody believes it. When you keep saying, I'm always right, but your life seems to be going downhill at the same time, it's hard to get people to believe you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think like for Gino specifically, like I think he gets a little too butthurt about KB talking shit about him.
He gets butthurt about everything.
Yeah, I don't think like these people should, like, how are they getting butthurt? These people, how are they getting butthurt? How? I don't know, Schmuel.
And he's still, look, and on top of everything else, he still doesn't get the hypocrisy, right? Of Pat Dixon hit 3 women, Pat Dixon did that. And who's he defending? The only guy that we have court records of that say that he abused it, that he physically abused his wife, and that's Aaron.
Okay,
and Gino keeps defending.
Schmuel, come on. Regardless, Pat Dixon hit Gino. I mean,
no, Pat hit Gino. I got no problem with
Yeah.
that, but that's what happens. It's the same thing with Ray in the Dabbleverse. Gino wanted to play. He wanted to play. What was he? What did he think that nothing was going to come of it? Did he think that Pat was going to be fine with it? And assuming that Gino's correct, Pat's an
Nobody's
Adderall
correct. I'm not.
addict and a psycho and all this other shit. You fuck with that, and then when shit comes down, you get pissed off at it. Come on.
Well, no, Gino didn't get pissed off until the punch. I mean, I would be pissed off too.
No,
I mean,
would
come
be.
on,
I'm
dude.
not arguing that I would that I wouldn't have. I would have been pissed off. I don't think I would have tried to destroy Pat's life like Gino had.
But how did he
But
try
Gino
to destroy
acting
his life?
completely innocent. He's not innocent. He had a part in this.
But the part is not. It's not. What's the word?
It's not equal.
It's not equal. No.
No,
You
I'm
can't
not
go around
saying-
hitting people, dude.
Right, but you don't try to destroy the guy's life.
But what did he do? What did he do to try to destroy his life? I'm not even talking shit. I honestly want to know, what did he do to try to destroy his life?
He made sure that Pat was prosecuted. Right? He
So,
talked
was
to
he
the
pro-
cops.
but was-
he
but
filed
was
the
he pro-
police report. He showed up every time that there was a hearing. Every time that
so Pat
something
Dixon
happened,
was-
he showed up. That could never have continued if Gino hadn't shown up.
So Pat Dixon was prosecuted.
Correct. And he knew Pat had no money, so he kept pushing it.
You're saying criminally prosecuted,
Yeah, he was criminally prosecuted.
and that had to do. That was all Gino Bisconti's fault.
No, it was Pat's fault. Pat should never have punched him. I'm not saying that Pat. I'm
Well,
not
hold on,
saying
but
that
what
he
I'm-
shouldn't have punched Pat, but there were plenty of opportunities to settle this along the way. But Gino persisted. Right? According from what I've been told, right? Gino knew that every time there was an appearance or whatever, Pat would have to drive up from Tennessee, and these hearings went on and on. And according to, they wanted Dixon to do a year in jail. That was it. They wanted him to do a year in jail because he broke Gino's jaw. He was supposed to provide, according to Pat Dixon, Gino was supposed to provide the x-rays and other reports showing that his jaw was broken. Those reports were never provided, and that's what got Pat off with anger management and other stuff. I'm not saying Pat was right. And I'm not trying to defend Pat here, but I'm just saying there's two sides to this, right? These two guys could have settled this, but they chose not to.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it seemed pretty damn settled. If I was, look, I'm not trying to defend you. Come on. I'm not trying to defend Junior. If somebody came and punched me, maybe he didn't break my jaw and I lied about it and didn't show the police about my jaw being broken. So we didn't file charges. But like in the end, I'm sorry, it's unexcusable. You don't do that. I'm sorry. Especially as a comedian, you don't do that. Okay? It's more frowned upon than a lot of other things. Punching somebody for fucking clowning you is not, I mean, come on.
Right, but if you're claiming that Pat was this Adderall addicted drug addict with a terrible temper and you knew all these things, why fucking provoke him?
I mean, now we're getting into a whole other situation about like what you should do. I mean, let me give you an example. If Chad came up and punched me in AC and broke my jaw, I probably wouldn't press charges, but I might do a restraining order. I don't even know. It's just like the idea that like people want to put Pat in the situation of being right or wrong in this. It's like, it doesn't matter what the person was. I don't know. In the end, you don't fucking put your hands on people. That's it. That's all I'm trying to say. In the end, you don't fucking it means in the world of words, it means you're a bitch. Sorry.
Right. I just, there were, I think other ways to handle it. But
there are other ways, of course. I'm saying for both people, there's other ways.
Right. I mean, I've said day one, he shouldn't have hit him.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Right. And I mean, I think there should have been consequences, but
yeah,
it's like,
I do remember that, KB.
How long is Pat's penance supposed to be? Like, when does Pat get to go back and make
that's a good question. I mean, now you're asking the right questions here. Put KB's chat up, by the way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I didn't even say the N-word. I didn't even say it. He thought that I said it. He came up to me and he fucking chin checked me at Skankfest. And that shit fucking sucks, bro. I didn't do anything to deserve that, but I'm not going to sit here and dwell on it.
Right. KB, I had forgotten about that. So I don't know if he's still in the chat, but I'm sure it's making Joey C very happy. Look, I don't want to defend Pat. I don't want to make it sound like I don't think Pat did anything wrong. Right. But I do think I've watched Gino for the last, I don't know, 4 years or more, try to destroy Ray Devito, threatening to get his gigs canceled, saying he's lying. He's done everything he possibly can. And he had a platform at one time. And, it's like, it's bullshit. Don't fucking complain now that people are shitting on you when you've been doing that for 4 years. You're muted.
Like, I agree, but in this same way, it's like the two, I don't think they're that connected all that much.
What's not connected?
Like Pat punching Gino and then Gino being a garbage radio host are like two completely different things.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the way that Gino's been going after Ray, and blaming Ray for something that Ray wasn't at fault for.
So yeah, now you're talking about the thing where they did the show and then something about
where the
the
light, where
N-word
the
or
light,
whatever.
where the lights went off.
The lights went off and somebody. So what's the story as far as you know it?
The story, as far as I know, was the lights went off. That Ray ran the light, right, and went on so long that by the time Gino got up on the stage, it was too late. It was just late. It was during COVID. They weren't supposed to be doing it anyway, and they turned the lights off.
Okay, so we're mad at
Well,
Gino.
Gino claims that Ray has been going around spreading rumors that because Gino decided that yelling the N-word at that event was the reason why the lights were turned off. That they shut the event down, not because Ray ran the light, but because Gino was being racist.
Yeah, so that's what Ray's saying, right?
No,
Ray's-
that's what Gino is saying.
So
Ray said
Gino. So yeah, Gino is saying that. Yes, exactly.
that
Gino is
Ray
saying-
was
Ray
claiming
said-
right that the show got canceled because of I'm sorry, that the show was shut down because of Gino's
Right.
behavior, not because Ray ran the light.
Right. And what do you think is the actual answer?
Well, they had Levy. Levy was there. And Levy had, I think, Gino on his show one time or Ray, and they talked about it. And as far as Levy knew, they turned off the lights because it was getting late. And the chick that was running it, her parent, it was like a tennis court, private house up in Connecticut that they had lights on. The parents were afraid that they were going to get in trouble for doing this because they weren't supposed to be doing it because it was during the COVID lockdown. And that's why the show ended. So yeah, it's Ray's fault. He shouldn't have run the light. That's the bottom line. But, Gino's claiming that Ray was running around saying that it was because Ray was yelling N. I'm sorry, because Gino was yelling N. Now, Gino was yelling N. So it's possible, right?
I guess so. I wasn't there. I mean, you fucking telling me.
Yeah,
don't
no,
know,
I
dude.
wasn't there. I wasn't there either. But I've seen when I saw Gino perform in Atlantic City, it was all the same crap. He did not say that I remember the N-word.
That show was complete disaster, right?
He certainly went on. And Little Lemmy said when she went to see him perform at that Steel Toe show a year ago, right? When they went in August of 23, that was Gino's whole thing.
N-words.
Was very drunk and lots and lots
Very-
of N-words.
Very N-word heavy. Yeah.
Very N-word
Okay.
heavy.
All right. Well, the problem is the show that we're talking about is already falsifiably wrong. I mean, like Ray, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, Schmuel.
No, I don't look, and I don't even,
Look, I get it.
you're
This
missing
isn't-
my
this-
no, you're missing my point. I don't have a problem with Gino complaining about Ray, right? But I do have a problem with Gino threatening to get Ray's gig at the Stand canceled, hounding Ray every time Gino is on the air with any other comic. He tries shitting on Ray. He's cock blocking Ray from getting work. Disagree?
Schmuel, we're all doing that,
Who are we cock blocking? Gino?
bro.
You and I can't cock
No,
block
I'm just
anybody.
saying. I'm just saying we're all doing that to Ray right now. We're talking about Franklin Scheckler canceling his gigs. We're all doing that. Is he actually calling and canceling gigs? No. If not, then I'm sorry, Schmuel. Then
I don't
what to
know.
tell you.
Didn't he
I can't-
go?
I-
All right, whatever.
No, tell me.
No, I thought he went to the Stand. I know. Look, I know
Okay,
that last year.
if Gino went to the Stand and said cancel Ray DeVito's show, fuck Gino. I don't think he did that.
Okay, I
If he
got you.
did-
But
if
I
he
but
did
I
do
do
that,
know that
fuck him.
last year with the Atlantic City gig, that Gino went to do that show just to cock block Pat Dixon from being able to go to Atlantic City. because of the restraining order. Pat couldn't be in the same place as him. And then when Hackamania
Gino-
came
Gino
up last
wrote-
year
so
and Dixon
Gino-
got that job. Hold on. When Dixon got that job, right? Gino was like, oh, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. And it was all designed to fuck with Pat. I mean, I get it, man. I get that you're pissed off. But like,
I'm not pissed off.
at what point do you let shit go?
So what I'm trying to say is, so Gino had the control of the show, whether Pat shows up or not. So
He did,
he's
yeah.
got the control, right? Not
Right.
Chad, not whoever else is running the show.
Right.
Gino's got control of the
Right.
shows. We're just saying, come on. Come on.
And
dude.
according to Chad was going to do the show, and then Gino jumped in. That he wanted that Gino wanted to do it, right? And Gino was so drunk that night that after the show, Keanu said she had to like carry him back and put him to bed. We never saw Gino in Atlantic City after the show.
Okay, whatever. The fact that he got fucked up before, after he did the show, he got fucked up afterwards. Keanu had to take him. Whatever. All that is literally not even that important. The more important thing is he got invited by Chad to the show. Chad's the one who put the show on. He's the one who invited him.
Chad said Gino invited himself, but that's an entirely different story. Chad accepted it, so there's not much. It's still on Chad. I'll go you.
Come
I'll go
on.
there.
So Chad accepts the money and he's gonna be like, hey, Gino came by himself. I'm not gonna pay him. No, he's gonna pay him, obviously, right?
No. Chad was putting the show together, or was going to do a show, according to Chad. From what Chad said, that he was going to do a show, and then Gino hopped onto the idea and was like, "Oh, let me come with you." And they thought this was going to be. They thought they were going to make money on it, or at least Chad thought he was going to make money on it.
Well, Chad probably did make money on it. Just like he probably made money on this fucking show too. Okay,
Yeah,
I mean,
that
look,
$1,200 is long gone.
we're talking about really. I'm really talking about Gino Biscotti. I mean, we're losers.
Yeah, but we're losers to talk about losers, so whatever. You know, look, I want to say this.
My channel's monetized.
All right, punching Gino is not the big brave move people think from Detroit by Dark.
It's not.
I don't think anybody thought it was a big brave move. I certainly didn't. I thought it was fucked up. I didn't think it was wise. You know?
And look, to be fair, KB goes hard on Gino. But if you're Gino, you're accepting that money. You're not saying no. If you're KB, you're accepting that money, right?
Which money are we talking about? I'm confused.
The compound media money.
Right.
You're accepting the money.
Right.
And you're probably not bringing it up afterwards. The problem is this whole. So here's the issue: is all this. The whole thing is this. Comics are their own entity. The second you start talking about a comics about a comic being good or bad, you start taking money off their table, because now your fans are now against their fans. So the moment I'm just saying this is how I feel like this.
But you were defending Gino a minute ago when you were saying, well, as long as he didn't call the comedy club, then it was okay. What he was doing to Ray.
He fought what with Ray?
It doesn't matter. Just Ray. I'm using Ray as an example.
No, I'll use the same example. I'm just saying this whole thing. A lot of this is the reason why I follow it is because I think it's funny when Kevin Brennan says, "Show us the 1099s."
Right.
A lot of comics don't find that funny because you're taking food off their table. If a Kevin Brennan fan sees him talking shit to Lucia Gomez, and a guy is like kind of maybe a sort of a Lucia Gomez fan, but he sees Kevin Brennan talking shit, he may or may not get a ticket to Skankfest or get a ticket to wherever. Like, so I understand the reason why these comics want to be like, oh, it's one big group, it's all fun. I understand. because you don't want to take money off of somebody else's table. I get that. In this world,
All
it's
bets
different.
are off.
All bets are off. Like in this world, you make your money by talking shit. It doesn't do me any well. It doesn't do me any good anymore to go on to Ray DeVito's show and let that show go behind a fucking paywall. Doesn't do me any good. Sorry.
Right.
So it does me more good to go on to MLC once or twice, or go onto Twitter and say fuck Ray DeVito. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. So Gino Bisconti, Pat Dixon, I'm sure it didn't work out the way that they thought it would. Pat Dixon's a bitch for just punching somebody out of nowhere. That's my personal opinion. I know you're homies with him. That's fine. Doesn't mean that I think Gino's a better this or a better that than Pat Dixon. No. All I'm saying is Pat's a bitch for not being able to control his emotions and punching Gino. That's all I have to say.
All right.
So that's it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, my thing with Leo will disagree with me. My thing with Gino has always been I thought he was talented, and I thought he had something, and I thought he pissed it all. He pissed it
He
all
ain't
away.
talented.
He pissed it all away, and then as he's pissing it all away, and as I'm watching, lose jobs, not being able to get gigs, he's telling me he's right. He's right. I go see him at a comedy club, and it's a job, and the man shows up drunk to his job, right? And all he does is drink during his job. But I'm paying for that, So look, so you've disrespected me, you've disrespected the audience, you disrespected all the people that were there, but you want me to continue to support you and say you're right? Not going to happen.
Fair enough. Honestly,
Not gonna
very
happen.
fair. It's a very it's very fair.
Right? So I don't have an outlet. Gino has this outlet of comedy and a show and all these things where you can talk shit about people. So I'm exercising my, right to do the same.
Yeah, no, I get it. And again,
the fact that Gino even knows who I am is ridiculous, right?
Again, the fact that anybody mutters my name, I'm blessed. I'm just saying, whatever. At this point, yeah, Gino, look, me personally, I'm on Gino's side with Pat Dixon punching him, but that doesn't mean like I'm on Gino's side for anything else. Most likely not.
I'm on Gino. Look, I don't think Dixon should have punched him. I don't say that Pat was right. I don't think Pat was right doing it. I think it was a stupid move. I think it ruined his career. I think it was a bad move. Pat disagrees. That's Pat's right. But it doesn't, and I'm not shitting on, I shouldn't really be shitting on Gino for pursuing legal whatever. But the reality is I've watched the guy on Compound. I was a loyal viewer, and
cuck. He just
shit. He just farted it.
400 view Gino. We know, like,
right.
You can see the numbers. We know,
right.
We know that In Hot Water got 400 views. Maybe
we know that, right? We know that now. Do you think they kept those numbers from him, or
no? You can log in and see the numbers. You can see them. We knew that Kumia was getting 2,000 to 5,000 per episode. Paid. Okay, so those people are paying whatever. Like, the point is that, like, In Hot Water was getting, even with Aaron Berg there, it wasn't getting more than 600 people watching. 600 people that were signed up and were part of the. Okay, sure, that's a good amount of people.
Right.
But those are the numbers. I don't know what to tell you. Like what's 400 times 5 or 8,
I'm like, I don't know. I was just blown away when this thing when it ended and people acted surprised.
Yeah, and Dan says it's like nobody was watching the other shows other than Kumi. It's true. I mean, the differences were like literally 200 to 2,000. It was literally 10 times.
Right. I don't know what she gets now, but I know last night Keanu tweeted out that she was going on Simcast. Right.
She had about 30 or 40 last night I was on.
Is it 30 or 40?
Yeah.
You know,
maybe up to 50 almost.
That's what Quad pulls. Quad doesn't have 100,000 subscribers. I mean, Quad pulls like 80 to 100 a show.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know what to say. It's difficult to get people to pay money. It's difficult to get people to pay money. Like,
Right.
First of all, the first thing is, if they think that you and I are already doing well, they're already not going to pay us money. Okay. So the first thing is the people that are paying the money have to first think that you need it. Okay. When they look at KB, that they know that's his only source of income. He hasn't done stand-up. He's sitting there every single day, 3 hours. And that's a lot of time, man. 3 hours or 2 hours, whatever. It's tough every single day. It's tough. Doesn't matter when it is. So let them pay the money for that. But I'm just saying that like don't just think that you're gonna go live and all of a sudden all this money's gonna like
No, but you're talking about how many years was like Chrissy Marr on Compound, right? How many years was Gina? And I mean, I get it. This is what I don't get. What I don't get is if you know you're on Compound and you're only getting, 400 viewers or 200 viewers, and this is day after day, don't you know it's going to come to an end one day? So you're living you're living on the good grace of Kumia. One day the gravy train's going to end. Don't you prepare for that?
Yeah, like I said, I think that Gino did. I think Gino knew because he started his own shit months before. I think they knew.
Yeah,
I think they knew.
I think you're being kind. I don't think that they prepared for it.
I think in the back of their mind, I don't think that they knew the date or when it was exactly going to happen. But I think Gino especially knew. Now maybe Garrett and Steve were a little naive in the sense that maybe they thought that they were going to come along for the ride a little bit, maybe. So that was jarring, possibly. But as far as Gino goes,
Garrett and Steve are different just because of the jobs that they had.
Yeah.
And what they do. I think they thought they would get picked up either by Gavin or somebody else. I don't think the world has changed a lot since they were doing that job. I'm talking about the talent, right?
Yeah,
the talent had to if you know what your real number, if you know what your business is doing, you need to do something else if that could end at any moment, right?
Gino had to have known. He started last year, like late last year. He started doing his podcast on YouTube. He knew.
No, he was doing I thought all they were doing was that Gum Fridays thing.
They were, but I'm just saying the only reason they're fucking doing that is because he knew. That's what I'm saying. I think he knew.
Right, but knowing and doing something about it are two different things, right? Like, I don't know. I
agree, but I'm just saying that like he did something because, in my opinion, I think that he kind of knew.
Right, and this is not for me. This is not a Gino. I'm not really speaking about Gino as much as I am speaking about the business, right? Like any business, you got to know where your money's coming from. You got to know what your future looks like in it, and you have to make plans for it. I mean, it's what we're talking about with Ray, right? Like a simple thing with Ray. What if he breaks his leg, right? He's not going to be able to work, right? Or he breaks his right foot. He's not going to be able to drive from place to place. What's he going to do?
Yeah.
It wasn't really that
he
funny.
Breaks his leg. No, it is. The point is like, what if he breaks his leg? Yeah, exactly. Holy shit, Ray broke his leg. He owes $20,000 to some.
And look, the thing about having health insurance is, yeah, that's taken care of, but you're not making any money while you're getting all those treatments. Right? How many couches can he possibly stay on? Just picture
Does
him
Ray
in his
Goods have
past, moving
Cobra?
from Teamster Tim's to Mommies.
Yeah, Teamster Tim, do you have Cobra? Teamster Tim, can I join your Cobra?
Yeah. Right?
I mean, yeah. Fuck, dude. I never even thought about that.
I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know. It's this
like when you have kids, that's what you think about when you have kids.
It feels to me like guys like Gino, guys like Ray, like they never grew up, right?
I mean, never mind. Sure.
And look, the thing is, I'm 62. You hit that age, you can't do what you used to do. I used to be able to work 14, 15 hours a day. My whole thing was, if I wanted more money, I would just work more and I would make more. And then at some point it dawned on me, oh, wait, I can't do this forever.
What if Ray breaks his leg? I like it's so endearing that you're thinking about, fuck, what if Ray breaks his leg? It could be over for Ray.
Right.
Literally.
I mean, a simple thing. It's not like it doesn't take something big. He's going to wind up being like a State Farm commercial,
Hey, did you hear that they canceled the State Farm Super Bowl commercial?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Not surprising. Not surprising. And I'm blown away. I was watching the college championship tonight. And, just the number of All-State commercials. Notre Dame lost.
No, really? How much did they lose by?
I don't remember what the score was. I have it's funny because I got a niece going to Notre Dame.
23-34, to Ohio.
And I have a nephew who's like a big time blogger for Ohio State. Like that's how he makes most of his money. So
pretty good.
I was telling the bride, I was like, I don't really know who to root for. I guess it depends upon who called me.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
In any event, let's wrap this fucker up. Are you what are you thinking about AC? And do you think Chad's show will come off? Like what's the
I'm gonna try to talk to KB tomorrow and see like what the actual deal is. If he thinks that there's gonna be an actual show, I'll come down.
I don't know if Daytwa's still in the chat. She's pretty close follower of MLC. Has Kevin, is he committed to this? Like, does he think it's something he's going to do?
No, he'll be there for sure.
No, I mean, I know he'll be in AC, but as far as the show goes, is he lending his name to it? Is he going to?
I don't know if he's lending his name to it or whatever, but like it's as far as him and our text messages go, it seems like he'll hook me up with a room as long as I can get there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. It was just, last year it was pretty much just a hang. These guys just sat in the bar all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Right. There was nothing special. I don't know if there's anything planned now. I think Chad sucked the air out of other people's plans. And their other big plan is they didn't play. The only guy that I saw play poker at all last year was Tukey. And that was for a little while. So, I think these guys want to play poker. So,
well, as far as somebody said, basically, Kevin just said, if I can get there, he'll pay for my room and I'll be on the show. That's all he said.
Cool.
I don't know if that means as a sign up for Kill Kevin, as a host. No, I have no idea.
Right.
So whatever that means, and I don't even know yet if I'm like, it's just trying, going to fucking Atlantic City when you live in Los Angeles in the middle of winter is like
14 degrees here, man.
Fucking stupid.
I'm about an hour away. 13 degrees.
I'm just saying that like it's beautiful outside. So I don't know. We'll see.
I
So
had to
hey,
take my-
new Scheckler video
I had
just
to-
dropped.
Yeah, you know,
Watch
that's
it
the
real quick.
second time this has happened. I think the last one dropped when we were on.
I think we should just
So-
watch it. I think we should watch it. You got a tan off right now? No one's watching any of the shows, but
Leo.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, nobody's
Leo's
watching it.
Leo's on the Ray DeVito naughty list too, I think, right?
I don't know. I probably helped with that when I shouldn't have. I should just let Leo Gunn be moderator and do his thing. I got a little pissy, obviously, because of the not being able to super chat. So sorry. I still thought that I was gonna be like kind of cool with Ray DeVito, but the fact that he's a fucking homo, like I'm sorry, Leo Gunn. Sorry.
All right. So I'm gonna bail out.
Okay.
And thanks for coming on. I know that we're fighting, so I'm gonna lose you.
No, we're not fighting.
And did I tell that story that you went on MLC and Ray DeVito called. What's the problem with you guys?
Not the problem between me and Ray or you and Ray. What's the problem between me and you, Schmuel, right?
I heard you guys were fighting.
Dude.
It's just
No,
like
I didn't do it.
it's so funny. And look at this. Look at it. See how we can all come together.
I mean, look, bro. Look, it's fun to call you and Dad fool, and it's fun to call them pay pigs. Okay, it's fun. But Leo Gunn, come on, don't fucking block me from chat, stupid. Come on, that's it.
Well, if
That's
you
all-
do
I don't
come to
give a fuck.
Atlantic City and
I love
Leo
it.
is there, I'll stand in between you until you shake
I would
hands and
suck
hug.
his fucking what am I gonna do? The guy's 3 times my size. I'm 5'9". What am I gonna do
Yeah,
to
I
him?
don't remember, Leo. I don't remember you being that big. I remember you being
Shut up, Schmuel,
physically
you literally-
fit, but I don't
Nah.
remember.
So now you're being a bitch to me because you
I don't
told me,
remember
oh no,
being that
Leo
tall.
Gunn is a big dude and he's
No.
Probably
Leo's
too-
a big guy, but I don't. I mean, I said no. I said he was very physically fit, as I remember. I wouldn't want to get into a fight with him, but I don't remember him being like. I've heard stories now of him. He's between 5'9" and 6'6". You know.
okay. Yeah, that's because of me. But yeah. He's I keep telling people he's 3 times my size and has 3 times my bank account. It's fine. It'll be fine.
No, he
I just want to
he's
go
a
out and
good-
have fun if I end
he was. I met him at Ray's birthday party. He was fun,
Don't
and
say
I was.
birthday party.
Hey Leo, I got a question for you. You think that Ray's birthday party was better organized than the Shad show's going to be?
Don't say birthday party, dude. Come
Oh,
on.
and I
Don't
want to
say
clear up.
birthday.
I got to clear up a misconception. All right, I went to the Tennessee Beer Hall. I took
yeah.
pictures of the Tennessee Beer Hall.
Oh yes.
I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be open in time. It doesn't look like they're doing anything major. It more like looked like they were just fixing stuff up. But all the tables, everything that was there last year is there now, right? There's nothing new, and I got to tell you, the one thing, they didn't take the liquor off the shelf, right? So they can't be doing that much. They can't be doing that much renovation.
There's no
So
fucking renovation, dude.
it was just yeah, there's
Oh,
probably a
man.
pipe leak, and that's what this is all
Putting
about.
new
I mean,
floors and painting the place.
it wasn't, it was crazy because there were drop cloths all over the floor, right? Every bit of the floor was covered with a drop cloth. But I swear to
For the
God, I didn't
roof.
see a can of paint.
It's probably for
You
the
know?
roof.
I didn't see, yeah, exactly. So, well, it couldn't be the roof because there's a floor above them. But the thing about the Tennessee Beer Hall is you take a picture of it. It reminds me of remember DG,
Yeah.
right? And you're like, DG's got right the face, and you think like, wow, this is like a tall, fit guy, and he stands up and he's like 5'3" and 300 pounds.
like
Right.
Joey C. Like Joey C.
The Tennessee Beer Hall. It's a huge building. This fucking place is enormous.
Yo,
And you walk
Schmuel.
in and it's tiny. And you say to yourself, oh, the hall must be in the back. No, there's a bathroom. And it's
Yo,
not that
Schmuel,
big.
You
That's
just
it.
compared the fucking club to a person.
Oh, yeah. It's that
Yeah,
misleading
dude.
thing, you know. It's like the you know,
Oh,
back
yeah.
in the days when I used to date on those apps, and you know, you'd meet the girl who said she was athletic and fit, you know. Very deceptive.
Hold on, Mint Diggity. It's not called Kill Kevin. It's called Kevin Tony.
Yeah, and Kill Kevin was such a bad name.
Kill Kevin. Yeah, nobody wants to be in KK.
Such a bad name.
Call it
And-
Kill Brennan, which is KB, or call
Right.
it Kevin Tony, which is KT.
Something. Yeah. And look, I don't want to be like a Melton ball washer, but Melton did point out something interesting, which is that Chad's got the badges for the event, which he calls lanyards, but whatever. And he's got the badges say like MLC loser show or something like that. And you know, Melton made a point like, who's gonna want to walk around with that? And I can't argue that. It's just like no thought at all went into this, right? Especially if you wanted to sell merch. And who said, was it Quad that you were on with? And he said, like, you know, he didn't want to title his show. He wanted to do something alliterative, but he couldn't put, you know, like Kill Kevin and then another word that was with K sound, because then it would just look like,
Because it was looking
right?
Obviously.
You and I were talking about that, right? With the
We were
Joe
talking about
DeRosa
it, yes.
tattoo.
Yes, and again, it comes down to I've talked about this before. Like I think I even had a bit about never naming your things with 2 Ks.
Right.
Because
K sounds are funny, but not in threes.
yeah, no, not yeah, exactly. So yeah, people see 2 Ks, they are automatically assume the third K.
Right.
Kill Kevin. I mean, come on. It should be Kill Brennan or Kevin Tony, so it can be KT or KB. That's it, Chad.
Yeah.
That's it.
I like I kind of like the Kevin Tony because no, but a lot of but people in the half the fucking Dabbleverse doesn't even know what Kill Tony is.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying that, like the fact that the name is just Kevin Tony.
Kevin Tony.
It's funny to me, dude.
Kevin Tony.
Just Kevin Tony. Because
I mean, if you're not going to know what it is, at least like that's weird. Let me try to figure that out.
I'm going to Kevin Tony.
On a Kevin Tony show.
Fucking retarded.
Just not
What am
gonna.
I laughing at?
I'm not gonna call him MLC anymore. Kevin. Just call him Tony.
Dude.
Hey Tony. Hey Tony. Anyway, the show did have great potential. You know.
Yeah.
This could have
That's
been a
your shit.
thing. This could have been a thing. And
It is a thing, Schmuel. It's a thing. Don't worry.
It's-
I'm monetized. Don't worry. We're gonna get you the number.
I'm not worried. I mean, I don't need to get monetized, and
yeah, we know. We
I
know.
do this for fun, but I enjoy it. And tomorrow night, I am having the infamous chocolate cone.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know my guest name. At 8 p.m. East.
I'll be on
And
there.
Shaka is the one. She's a West Coaster like you. She lives out in LA. And she was the one who actually took the pictures of Stuttering John's couch. She first was the first reveal. So she's really familiar with the Dabbleverse and the people in it. And we are going to talk to her. She will be off camera because apparently women get trolled. So I will see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock East. Thanks everybody for watching. Good night.